California ranked 633 for River City. California ranked 413 for Yuba City. That's a 200 school difference. And look at the size. That dude 72 is probably bigger than I am.
Good evening and welcome to another year of high school football here on KBCSports.com. Now the PlayOn Sports Network, your high school sports network, alongside John Patterson. I am Ben Schneider, getting ready for a non-conference game to kick things off here in Northern California. We're going to have the Yuba City High School, the Honkers. They won their game last week. They are led by Coach John Ithaburn, taking on the host school, the River City High School Raiders, led by Steve DePrato. They lost last week. Yuba City won the toss and elected to kick. So River City will be moving left to right here in West Sacramento on a chilly, windy night. Let me welcome in my broadcast partner, John Patterson. John, thanks for coming out. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing all right here. It's very windy, but it should be very nice weather for some football tonight.
All right, so nothing better than Friday night football underneath the lights. Returning the kick for the Raiders will be Artis Jackson, and you have this a lot, folks, so be patient with this. It's like Austin Pinkston, the other return man. A lot of times what you get from Max Preps doesn't always match the rosters we have. We already realized that there was an 82 on Yuba City that we didn't have accounted for. So we will get you the names and the numbers. We're ready to rock and roll. High school football underway. Here we go. Taken at the 5 by Pinkston. Finds a little bit of a seam. Cuts out. Good return out to the 25, about 20 yards. And River City will take over 1st and 10. Tackle made by Anthony Garcia. That's the number 82, the mystery 82 that we didn't have accounted for. Just underway here in West Sacramento. Yuba City, the JV team, won handily early on in our JV game, 40-0. We'll see how River City holds up. They did make the playoffs last year. Offset eye now, little screen pass to the left side. And then a nice gain, about 8 yards on first down. Pass complete. Malik Dumez on the short crossing pattern, and he picks up about 8. So good yardage there for the Raiders on first down. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Receiver split to the right is Byron Farrell. Just one receiver in the backfield. 2 tight ends set for the Raiders. Rolling to his left. Looks like QB run. Picks up a block from the outside and the first down.
That was a nice block there on the outside there. Sprung him for the first down.
Yeah, you're right about that, Jason. Didn't look like that McAmoyle had enough on the initial play, but he got a key block there from his tight end, enough to pick up the first down. So they move the chains here. 11 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the first. Opening drive for the Raiders for River City here in West Sacramento. I mentioned they made the playoffs last year. Yuba City, always a tough test. One back, another 2 tight end set. 8 in the box now for Yuba City. Now they break off. It's a little end around and making one guy miss and picking up about 4 yards.
By David Vincent.
By 31 this time, David Vincent. Stopped again by
Van Dusen, Nate Van Dusen, the senior, in on the stop. You got captains for us, Jason?
We have captains for Yuba City. Nate Van Dusen, actually right there with the tackle. That's a captain for the defense. And the number 82, Garcia, as well, is another captain. I don't see him out there right now, though.
2 receivers split to the right, to the far side of the field, as a little pitch back. Now losing yardage. That's where, Jason, where you just want to go down, cut your losses.
Yeah,
because
Kevin Burkus.
Burkus ended up losing about another 5 yards. Had he gone down initially, would have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. Yellow handkerchief out on the field. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, there's definitely a time when you have to decide that the play is no longer going to gain any yards and it's good to go down instead of lose yards.
And it looks like an illegal block. Personal foul against the Honkers. Block below the knees. So River City's going to pick up an extra 15 yards. That's going to get them close to midfield. That'll get them to about their own 47-yard line. So a loss of 5, Jason, ends up being a gain of 15.
Definitely seemed to work out in their favor there. The Yuba City is going to have to watch their penalties. They did a good play, and it all went away by a penalty.
10-20 opening drive for River City. They picked up a first down, got that one via penalty. Now out of the gun is McAmoyle. 2 receivers to each side. And it's right up the middle, a designed play there for the quarterback.
Yeah, that design draw went right up the gut, and it seemed to get at least 6-7 yards. Not too bad.
Into honker territory. Yeah, good yardage there on first down. Picked up about 5, going to say 2nd and 5. McAmoyle goes to the head coach, Steve DePrata, who calls all the plays for River City. Good tempo here early on for River City. Put the pressure on the honkers early, scoring your opening drive.
That's very nice play-action play there.
And here we go now. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. It's a short pass, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Nice play there, getting penetration. Oh, and then it's picked up.
That was Austin Van Poel on the penetration.
The backwards pass knocked down and picked up by.
But it never went.
Never went past the line of scrimmage,
So
they
it was
called
a
it
live
fumble.
ball, and it was picked up by Duments, Malik,
3rd
and
12 for the Raiders.
they end up losing 7 on it. Well, they'd be better off with the incomplete pass than being 3rd and 5. Instead, now it's 3rd and 12.
The Raiders are definitely going to have to settle down if they want to pick up this 3rd down.
Out of the gun, 2 receivers to each side. He's got Duments in the backfield with him. It's like the honkers just going to rush 5. 3 linebackers to go to their nickel package. Plenty of time, good protection, throw across the middle. It's intercepted. Tipped and intercepted. Somehow that got away from McAmoyle.
That's a number 24, Ricardo Franco, with the interception for the Yuba City Honkers.
And Franco might play football his whole life, probably won't get an easier interception than that one. Went right to him, somehow sailed away from McAmoyle. And an easy interception there, as Jason mentioned. So the Honkers will take over on the turnover. River City had a promising drive into honker territory. The fumble and then the interception. And now we'll get a first look of the Honkers. Richard Munoz. Make that Taylor Elkins. And that's what the Honkers are known for. Smash mouth football straight up the gut, going up the right guard there. They pick up about 7 there on first.
Antonio Correa with the stop.
And that's their bread and butter, Jason. They like to
Smash mouth football.
smash mouth. They get the run going. That'll open up the play action. You know, these Yuba City guys, they're big guys. They really are.
They definitely come in with a lot of stature.
Elkins out of the gun. This time it's a handoff to Herrera. Herrera has the first down. Ball's on the ground. Who picked it up? Looked like River City grabbed it. Early indications, and they did. That gets the crowd going here at River City. So a couple of turnovers. Honkers run just 3 plays from scrimmage, and they turn it over, and River City has excellent field position. Jason, they'll take over at their own 46.
Sounds good. They definitely need to step it up here on offense. They looked a little hesitant there on the first drive. Going to see what they can do here with good field position.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
8 minutes left in the first.
McAmoyle, split formation now. No, it's a hand up straight up the gut. This time it goes to Burks, Kevin Burks, and under center was Elijah Thomas. So mixing it up a little bit. We will see 2 quarterbacks. We'll see Thomas and McAmoyle.
That was a nice misdirection with the fullback dive right up the middle.
Mowers on the tackle for the Honkers, but not after a pickup of 13. Now deep into Honker territory, down to the 42-yard line. Second possession for River City. It's Thomas now back under center, and he has Burks in the backfield with him. 2 tight end set. Give is to Burks. Burks patiently finds a seam and rushes up the gut for about 6. Nice patience there by Burks, Jason, waiting for the blocks.
Yeah, way to keep his feet moving there, and he got a couple extra yards after he had a defender on him. It's always nice when you got a big boy that can carry a couple defenders for a few extra yards.
Looked like he got more than 6, but that's what they're ruining on the field. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. Burks back in the backfield. Thomas under center. Thomas fakes the handoff, now gives her the end around. They've run that play a couple times. Honker's not fooled at all.
Yeah,
this time it's going to be a loss.
That was number 31, David Vincent, with the run.
Good penetration there by the Honkers getting in the backfield. They've tried to run that end around a couple times, Might have to scratch that one for the playbook, Jason.
Yeah, I agree. That was number 82, Anthony Garcia, the captain for the Honkers, making that tackle. He's showing his name early this game.
6:40 left to go in the first quarter. River City, after the Honkers turnover into Honker territory, their second possession of the game. Thomas under center. He's got Burks in the backfield, 2 tight ends set. This time they're going to run that play, but they didn't go as wide this time as...
Again, David Vincent on the carry, 31.
Vincent gets the ball, and he gets back to about the line of scrimmage before the loss, before the second down play. So
it's a little odd. They have their fullback in the tailback position, and they have their tailback there run like a tight end.
We approach the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. A chilly evening here in West Sac. A lot of blankets, some hoodies out. It's a full moon, too, so just never know what you're going to get. 2 backfield set now, both to the left of the quarterback. Thomas doesn't like what he sees. He'll call a timeout. Give us our chance to get our first live read of the game. Jason's going to give that to us. 5:47 left to go in the first. No score here between River City and Yuba City.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So Thomas gets the confusion underway with head coach Steve DePrato, who also is the offensive coordinator, calls the plays. 4th and 5. Looks like they got the punting team out there. Maybe they're going to try to draw the Honkers off sides, Jason. Looked like that's what they were going to try to do. No avail, so they'll take the 5, which actually, well, they're not going to take the 5. I like to take the 5 here. Give yourself a little bit more wiggle room to punt. You don't want to punt this one in the end zone. You're only netting about 12 yards. And that's exactly, maybe not. Oh, but it takes a Honkers bounce. It's down to about the 17-yard line.
That's Antonio Pereira who stopped it from getting any less worse than a punt than they could have. He kept it down there.
So Honkers will get the ball in their second possession, moving right to left. Yuba City
down at the 19-yard line where the Honkers take over 1st and 10.
Out of the Tri-County League. Both these schools are Sac-Joaquin section schools. Of course, the PlayOn Sports Network will give you all the Sac-Joaquin playoff action this year live from Sacramento State. Always a lot of fun, Jason. Hopefully you're still around then. We're going to do the section playoff games. It's a great atmosphere out there at Sac State.
It sounds like a great atmosphere.
And the Honkers stick to it right up the gut. This time they go up the left tackle only for about 1 yard. Going to be 2nd and 9 now. Under center is Taylor Elkins. A little option. They give it to the go man. It's still fighting good yardage there. Nate Van Dusen picks up the first down.
That's your captain for the offense there, Nate Van Dusen.
Jackson on the stop for River City. You'll see a lot of times in high school, see guys going both ways. Late substitution. River City just gets their guy off. And another run up the gut by Van Dusen. Wiggles about 6.
There's that smash mouth football you're talking about, just straight down the middle.
That's what they do. They'll pull the guard from either side, run upside the tackles.
It's looking like as long as they don't keep doing turnovers, they're going to just run it all day. They don't seem to be getting too much resistance on the run.
Elkins has yet to attempt a pass.
There's another run.
Another run up the left guard this time for about
Van Dusen as well.
2 or 3.
Van Dusen seems to be their workhorse.
Good crowd on hand for making the trip up from Yuba City up Highway 99. A good crowd here at River City as well. School's back in session. Student body on hand. Got the band to our left. Great high school atmosphere here at River City. That's going to be a first down, and they give it back to Van Dusen. So Honkers get another first as they etching their way towards River City territory.
They're just continuing with the run here, Ben, and I'm waiting and getting excited to see when they're going to unleash the play-action passes. We have yet to see a pass from Elkins.
Elkins back on the gun. He's got Van Dusen and Herrera in the backfield. This time they give it to Herrera. Herrera finds a seam, slipping his way into River City territory down to the 48.
Number 9.
They're going to mark it at the 49. So just into Raider territory. Full moon. Sure, Tim King, our experienced videographer, got to get a shot of that moon at some point, Tim. It's beautiful. Elkins back under center, gives it to Herrera, finds a seam up the right sideline, could be trouble, turns the corner, and he's all the way down to the 20, inside the 20, down to the 12-yard line. Herrera off the outside edge, just put on the afterburners and picks up about 25 there, Jason.
Yeah, that Yuba City offensive line is doing their job well tonight. Nice hole for that running back to run through, and he took it for a very nice gain.
22, so about 27 yards on the run. Largest play from scrimmage from either school. Van Dusen used as a decoy there, and it was Herrera picking up the yardage. Another two tight end set. They'll send one guy to the left, that's Mowers. Inside give for a couple, inside the 20. First trip to the red zone from either school, as we have no score here in the first quarter. 3 minutes left to go.
Let's see how the Yuba City Honkers do in the red zone.
And you can tell a lot of times you see schools struggle, especially schools that run a lot. They will struggle in the red zone. Good penetration there, and a sack for a loss.
By number 54, Maurice Rodriguez on the sack.
Number 7, Taylor Elkins brought down to the back.
He got real good penetration, and he got in there and took down Elkins for the sack.
They tried to run the play-action run, if you will, and that was sniffed out from the get-go.
Yeah, 54, Maurice Rodriguez was all over that. That was a very nice play by Rodriguez.
Under 2:20 to go here in the first. Second and... No, they got the scoreboard wrong. Yeah, third and about 9. And they're going to stick to the run. No, it's a
option.
Play-action option. Good-looking play there. Herrera has it, and he's going to be short of the first by about 2.5 yards. It's the old Air Force option play. Fake the handoff. As Elkins did a good job there of...
Looks like they're keeping their offense on the field, Ben.
Yeah, you're looking at about a 32-yard field goal, and the high school level, never a given.
So, yeah.
And you look at River City, they might want to call a timeout here. It looked like they were trying to put a sub in last minute. Power formation now. They jumped.
Oh, they jumped.
They should have called a timeout. That's what I thought. They were all out of sorts. You got 3 in your back pocket. Call one there. It's a big fourth down. You're going to give them a first and goal from the 10. Yeah, that's – and you can see it happening as they're trying to make a late sub.
Looks like they're just inside the 10, too.
Yeah, it's going to be
first and goal.
So players not the only ones a little bit rusty here early on. Coaches, too. I mean, that's where you got to take a timeout. Split back formation now. Power set. Fake the give, and quarterback's going to keep it. He rushes in
touchdown,
for a honker touchdown. Elkins, good decision there, Jason, to keep it. Found the seam up the left tackle, or the right tackle, I should say, and he rushes in for a 9-yard touchdown. First score of the game, as Elkins now will hold the extra point attempt. Looks like Austin Pinkston set to kick the extra point. Snaps good, holds good, kick is up, and a flag comes in.
Penalty flag before the play.
Interesting to see what it'll be. A false start on the offense. Illegal procedure, so they're going to back him up 5. Pinkston made that no problem, but you got to figure everything's got to go right again. Another good snap, another good hold. There's always a chance that you're going to miss it, especially when it's 5 yards.
Yeah, definitely.
Deeper.
Definitely at the high school level, that 5-yard difference makes it a little bit more interesting.
So Pinkston set to do it again.
Elkins to hold.
Snaps. Ooh, low line drive. I don't think he hit. No, he missed it left. So we'll see if that extra point comes back to hurt the Honkers. We'll take a break in the action. 1:57 left to go in the opening quarter. Here from River City High School, Honkers 6, Raiders nothing.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
So high school football underneath the lights, alongside our producer Will McCombs and my color analyst Jason Patterson. Our videographer is Tim King. I'm Ben Schneider. Happy to have you with us for another exciting year of high school football under the lights. Low line drive kick, but it's going to play nicely. It's taken all the way back at the 10-yard line.
Artise Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson did a little wiggle, shake and bake out the left sideline, picks up about 8 yards.
Jackson, 82, took him out of bounds. That's
Garcia on the stop.
We're definitely hearing Garcia's name quite a lot tonight. That's 82, the captain for Yuba City Honkers.
From their own 24.
Let's see how River City does this time, Ben.
Yeah, no, they got to respond.
They haven't had too much offense tonight.
Their defense was on the field for a long time, so the offense should be well rested here. Third possession for the Raiders. They go split back formation. Short pass. Good yardage. Picks up about 6.
It's Malik Dements with the catch.
Pass complete to number 1. Malik
He's been successful on that play a couple times.
Mowers.
So Thomas, after McEmoyle had the opening possession, Thomas now out for his second series. We will see both quarterbacks shuffling in and out. Thomas under center. Scoreboard keeper needs to wake up. 2nd and 6. There we go. Split backs. Honkers showing blitz. They get through the middle, but a nice seam up the gut all the way out to the 40. A pick up of 12.
By Kevin Burks, number 34.
Burks has been effective.
That's the junior. He's coming in at 6 foot even, 192 pounds.
And what River City likes to do, a lot of motion there in the backfield, and they'll send it's almost like a play-action run. They'll send a receiver, getting the linebackers to think one way, try to get a open hole through the seam. They did that time. Thomas now out of the gun. Now he's back under center. Split back formation. Honker's going to rush 6. Penetration up the gut, and they get him. They stuff him. A loss of 3. In on the stop for the Honkers, amongst others, Cooper Golby.
Looks like River City likes to run a lot of misdirection.
They do.
Ball carried that time by Kevin Burke. And stopped by 68, Anthony Franco.
It seems like Yuba City is they were definitely on it on that play. They got burned for the big yardage the play before, and they made sure that wasn't going to happen the next play.
So this will probably be the last play here in the first quarter. 18 seconds to go. Oh, it looks like a miscommunication there between the quarterback and the center. But luckily for River City that Thomas was able to pick it up. That will be the last play of the fast-paced first quarter here at River City High School in West Sacramento. Our score after 1, Honker 6, Raiders nothing, right here on PlayOn, the high school sports network.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school sports, playoff and championship events, and all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports live here.
And thank you for that, Jason. Second quarter getting ready to start here. River City now moving right to left on your computer screen. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us here on the PlayOn Sports Network, formerly KBCSports.com. Thomas out of the gun. Spread formation, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Honker's going to rush 6. They come, they bring the pressure. It's picked up nicely. Little 50-50 ball almost intercepted. Good coverage downfield.
By number 30, Luis Mowers. That was it was up there, and he gave his receiver a chance, Mark Duments, to make the catch, but it was a little bit too far outside, and Bowers made a very good play.
Well, big-time play there. Good protection.
He almost came down with the interception, too. He bobbled it a little bit, got a little excited.
Good coverage, good route that was ran. I mean, that's a big-time play right there. Just give credit to the cornerback there.
Yeah, very solid defensive
I'm wondering
play.
who's going to return this. They have nobody back to return the punt. They're going to rush all 11, try to get the block. I like the gamble, and it goes out about at the 25. I don't think I've seen that, except for in late-game situations where you're trying to get the block because that's the only chance you have.
Yeah, it looked like 28 Thomas was trying to run his way out there, and or Thompson, excuse me, and he just maybe didn't decide that he was the kick returner quick enough.
Could have been a miscommunication. Could have been that they were going for the all-out block. They saw something on that first punt that they wanted to take advantage of. Either way, it'll be the Honkers' 3rd possession at their own 25. They lead 6-0 on an early 10-yard touchdown run from Elkins. Elkins now back under center. He's got a couple of big dudes in the backfield, Van Poole and Russ Smith. Give straight up the gut. Good job by River City sniffing that one out as Van Poole picks up just a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 now with 11:30 left to go before halftime. Do a quick halftime show for you here on the PlayOn Sports Network. Don't forget to tune into our post-game show where Jason and I will select a player of the game. We'll do a player of the game interview. We'll wrap it all up. That's coming on the PlayOn Sports Network post-game show immediately following this one. There's a big run by Van Poole straight up the gut. Honker football at its best there. They pick up a first down on a 12-yard scatter up the middle by Van Poole.
Yeah, they have a couple guys, Van Poole and Van Dusen, who seems to just be a couple big workhorses in the backfield for him.
Crowd still filing in here at River City High School, one of the newer schools in the area. They're in West Sacramento. River City showing blitz. Now they back off and...
Again by Van Dusen.
Austin Van Poole.
Or Van Poole, sorry.
It's all right for about 4.
John Gray made the stop for the Raiders.
John Gray on the stop for the Raiders.
River City's defense has been doing fairly well for not getting much help on the offensive side of the ball. They've only given up 1 touchdown so far on a good drive by the Yuba City
And
Honkers.
they got the turnover early. You're right, Jason. The offense just hasn't been able to capitalize. They had good field position. And look at Van Poole straight up the gut right to midfield.
It's a very nice open field tackle by number 11 for River City, Artis Jackson. He was the last chance there. He saved the touchdown.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He gets back. He gets by Jackson, and he's walking to the end zone. And it's almost like the Honkers are waiting for River City to put 9-10 in the box and then take that shot downfield. They're bringing their safeties up. They're going to rush 8 this time. They put 8 in the box. Handoff this time goes to Van Dusen.
That's number 11 for the Honkers.
Nate Van Dusen.
Under 10 to go here in the second quarter.
Mike Morales.
I still don't think we've seen too many passes attempted by Elkins.
Have we seen any?
I don't think so.
I mean, you can't really count the option as a pass. Under 10 to go.
Definitely a smash-mouth team.
Into River City territory again. 3rd time inside the Raider territory. This time they run up the left tackle for a good positive yards. Good job of that offensive line.
This time it's Van Poole.
Just dominating the line of scrimmage.
The combo of Van Poole and Van Dusen is seeming to be too much for this River City defense.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Or they give them the first.
Yeah, the running backs are definitely going to have to buy their offensive line some dinner tonight because they're just opening huge holes for them to run through.
They're about a yard short. 3rd and 1 here. 9 minutes to go here in the second. Looks like almost like an audible change by Elkins at the line. He's going to keep it on the option. Good patience and a perfect dish. Getting outside, that's Herrera.
We have a flag over here on our side of the field.
Oh, could be. It's in the position where you normally see a hold, Jason.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see what the ref says. Indeed, we do have a holding. Let's see.
And that's, 9 times out of 10 where that flag came in, that's going to be a hold.
Yeah, holding on the offense.
It's going to negate the first down and a pickup of about 12. So first down inside the 30 is going to be 3rd and 10. The 5-yard or 10-yard penalty in high school?
I think it's only 5.
5. So
it
it'll
should
be
be
3rd and 6.
The referee seemed to be trying to decide if it's 5 or 10 as well.
Or it could be 5 from the spot of the foul. Now they're going back, so not quite. Oh, offset penalties?
I have no idea.
They're giving him a first down. There must have been a penalty on.
The referee definitely did another motion, but he pointed towards the offense as well, so I don't quite understand. They're giving him the
player
first down.
Conduct. Wow, so that's a rough break for River City. Remember, Jason, on that scoring drive, they had a 3rd and 1 where they jumped off sides.
Yeah, penalties are definitely starting to hurt the Raiders.
This would have been 3rd and 11, but a player conduct foul gives the Honkers new life and a first down, 1st and 10 from the Raiders' 32.
That's definitely something Coach DePrado should talk to him about halftime, is watching their penalties. So we have 8 minutes, 55 seconds left in the first half. Score 6-0. The Yuba City Honkers leading over the River City Raiders.
Inside handoff. And see what that does, Jason. What they're doing with that is they're setting up the option. Because on those option plays, they'll do a play-action run up the guts. And it can only help but freeze the linebackers because they gotta respect it because they've been successful going up the gut.
I'm definitely curious to see if we'll ever see Elkins unleashed and see what he's got as a quarterback instead of just handing the ball.
Well, he's looked good on the option plays when you get him out of the pocket. Here's another run straight up the guts, close to a first down.
That's Van Poel. Austin Van Poel on the run. Elkins is really, really good at hiding that play action. Even from up here, it's kind of hard to tell if he has the ball or if he handed it off each time.
Chilly night here, West Sac, as we approach the 8-minute mark. Elkins under center. River City showing blitz, and they do a nice job, but look at Poole.
Van Poel just keeping his feet moving, getting those extra yards.
Yeah, it looked like he was stuck dead in the water there at the line of scrimmage. But a second effort, he gets the first down.
Tackle made by Jackson once again, and number 20, Junior Chain.
We've definitely heard Artis Jackson's name quite a bit tonight as well. He seems to be in there always trying to make a play.
We'll send 2 receivers out, usually just one. So one to the right, one to the far left. And that's why they're going to pass. Going for the fade to the end zone. 50-50 ball is incomplete.
Very, very nice play by the defender, Alex Morales, on the outside, number 14. That was a very nice fade pass to number 30, Lewis Mowers. And Morales made a great play to deflect that ball and save the touchdown for the Raiders.
Almost like telegraphing that play, though, because it's the first time they've ran 2 receivers the entire game.
That ball seemed to stay up in the air a little bit, gave Morales a little bit of extra time to decide how to get up there.
Here's 2 receivers again. Could they throw a back-to-back plays?
Yeah, they
River
got him
City
again.
Jumped off sides.
The Raiders are definitely going to have to watch that. Elkins is just working that hard count and draw him off sides almost every time he wants to. They seem to do the hard count a lot when they get down towards the end zone, trying to get those extra yards.
So 7:28 left to go, second quarter. Honkers on top, 6-0. They made their extra point, then false start or illegal motion backed them up 5, then they ended up missing it. So that's where we stand now, 6-0. Elkins under center. He's got Van Poole.
And Herrera in the backfield.
Yeah, it looks like Herrera as well. They give it to Herrera. Herrera, good. Oh,
Nice
look at this
cut.
run. And he's going to go in for a touchdown.
Nice
14-yard touchdown.
Very nice by Herrera, number 9. He made a nice cut move right through the middle, and the defense just could not wrap him up to save that touchdown.
You're absolutely right. Made an excellent cut there, about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Herrera's hobbling a little bit. He seemed to maybe twisted his ankle maybe a tiny bit. He doesn't look like he wants to come out, though.
So a 14-yard touchdown by Herrera. Makes it 12-0. Might as well go for 2 here. Make up for that extra point that you missed. Herrera and Van Poole in the backfield. They're going to pass. Oh, nice pattern. Good play. You go to the tight end.
Austin Mowers. Or
Yeah,
Luis
Mike Morales.
Mowers, sorry.
No, correction, you had it.
Luis Mowers.
Lewis Mowers. The TD pass, and it's 14-0. Yuba City on top with 7:23 left to go in the first half.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports. You can also access thousands of lives and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnSportsNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Thanks, Jason, as we see Yuba City now building a 2-touchdown lead. First Elkins with a 9-yard touchdown run. Now Herrera with a 14-yard touchdown run. And a nice-looking 2-point conversion. This time it's taken by the up guy. The 32 finds a seam, could be trouble. Go to midfield and a nice tackle. They had a couple guys to beat still, but a nice burst up the middle.
By Antonio Pereira. Antonio Pereira, number 37, with a very nice run. Let's see if the Raiders can capitalize on this very nice field position to come in close to the end of this first half.
Yeah, that's the second time they've taken over inside Honker territory.
It's definitely, if they're going to capitalize, they need to do it now. Coming close to the end of the first half with 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go.
Thomas out of the gun. Fake the handoff. Good protection. Throw across the middle, but throws behind the receiver. That time he intended for Cellini.
Yeah, he was definitely a little behind him.
He had him, too.
Yeah, he had a very, very nice play action and wide open across the middle. He just has to make that throw.
Yeah, Thomas wishes he had that one back. And you wonder if McAmoyle maybe got hurt a little bit, because we saw him on the opening series, and it's been all Thomas since.
Yeah, we definitely haven't seen any more of McAmoyle since that very first series. I don't even see him standing on the sidelines.
And their defense is huddled up. They got to figure out how to stop this Honker offense. Deep shotgun now for Thomas. Low snap. Here comes the pressure. They set up the screen, and he threw it to an offensive lineman.
Yeah, 35 there, Austin Van Poole, who's been the workhorse tailback on offense. He got in with great penetration.
So a big 3rd and 10 now for River City. Want to take advantage of the excellent field position that was set up by Perea there on that long touchdown, or on that long kickoff return.
You got Austin Van Poole running the Iron Man both sides of the ball, and he seems to be doing good no matter what he plays, offense or defense.
Just one receiver set to the right.
It's a big 3rd down for the Raiders.
Split back formation. Quick drop, and that's batted down. Just telegraphed it. And they've ran that play a couple times.
That's number 16, Cooper Colby.
Late flag comes in.
Colby, excuse me.
But that's just a telegraphed play.
That was a very, very nice play by Cooper Colby. He got in there, got his hands up like they teach you to do on the defensive line, and he knocked that ball down. But we do have a penalty on the Honkers.
I couldn't see the signal what it was. Oh, 15 yards. It's like unsportsmanlike. And that'll give that's huge. Instead of punting from their own territory, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Honkers 33. So Honkers, or River City, I should say, not the only one going to have to clean up the extracurricular. Both teams.
Yeah, with key penalties to help the other team's drives continue.
Split back with Burks. Fake to Burks. No, they gave it to Burks. But Burks only gets a couple.
Kevin Burks with the carry.
Yeah, he had Cooper Goldby and Van Dusen on the tackle. So both tailbacks for the Honkers are going Iron Man. We have Van Dusen and Van Poel both running on defense and offense, and they seem to just be all over the ball no matter which side.
When you get schools, Jason, like this at Yuba City, these guys have been playing together since they were in first grade. So they got great chemistry, and that's why you see them go both ways. The smaller schools, you need all your athletes whenever you can. And look at this, miscommunication. It looked like that
David
Vincent thought it was a different play than it was, and that Vincent ran into Thomas. That was a disaster.
Luckily, Thomas was able to fall on that, and it didn't go as bad as it could have. They're definitely going to have to work on that play in practice.
So now it'll be 3rd and about 13. 5:45 left to go before halftime. Honkers on top, 14-0 here on the PlayOn Sports Network. Alongside Jason Patterson, I'm Ben Schneider. Thomas rolls to his left, tucks in. He's going to run, but he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So
that Honker defense was all over that. They're just swarming to the ball.
A generous spot there. We have an extra 2 yards somehow. It's going to be 4th and 8. What do you do here? I say you go for it. I mean, because you punt it into the end zone, you're only netting 12 yards. You're not going to kick a 49-yard field goal. Why not roll the dice and go for it? Try to get this home crowd involved a little bit.
I agree.
I mean, I know it's cold, but they've been dead quiet.
Maybe go into the half with a little momentum. They're going to need something.
Sure. Under 5 to go. 4th and 9. Thomas under center. He's got Burks in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Oh, that's going to be illegal motion. No flag down. Thomas trying to get to the corner. Gets a key block. I think he's going to be just a little bit short, Jason.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have any reads. It didn't look like that was a designed draw play, but he decided to take it down and go for it. He almost got there.
They're lucky they didn't call. Looked like a tight end moved before the ball was even snapped, like he was playing in the Arena League, but no penalty marker on it, and just short. That's ended up being about 2 yards short. So Honkers will take over with a 14-0 lead, and they can put some major separation between themselves and the Raiders with another touchdown here. I mean, 1st and 10 from the 25. Elkins under center. He's going to pass. The lefty has his man. Nice catch on a
very nice pass and throw.
Little
or pass and catch.
Up and go route. Come back. It looked like it was complete to.
It looked like 82. Garcia. Anthony Garcia. That's one of the captains for the Honkers.
Pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I don't know why they haven't released Elkins earlier. He seems to look very nice on a couple throws he's made.
It's the old adage. You want to run to set up the pass. Now 3 receivers to the right. Run up the gut.
That's number 11, Van Dusen on the run.
First down, Honkers.
And that will move the chains.
River City's got to get a stop here, Jason.
I agree. They definitely don't want to go into halftime down 21-0.
Because Yuba City's going to get the ball to start the half. If you go down 21-0, giving up the ball, you might as well say goodbye. You need to stop here. Not going to get it on this big run.
By Nate Van Dusen yet again. That's a first down for the Honkers. They're just moving the chains here late in the first half.
Tackle made by Mike Morales and Junior Chain.
The Raiders are definitely going to have to try to get a stop here to gain some momentum for halftime. They're just looking a little sluggish. It is early in the year.
Well, they look flat.
Referee's timeout for a measurement.
They're going to measure it. We'll keep it here. Look like they have it from my bird's eye view. We're just outside the press box, right about the 45-yard line. Not a bad seat, that's for sure. the River City band and cheerleaders getting ready for their halftime performance.
Let's see. It's looking real close.
These refs do a good job here at the high school level. A lot of them going to get called up to do NFL games next week as replacement refs.
First down.
That's a first down for the Honkers.
Roger Goodell said that the NFL will start the regular season with replacement refs as they've been locked out by the commissioner. 3:45 left to go before half. Honkers on the move. They have a first and they give them the first. They did.
Yeah, first down. First and 10 on the 47.
I don't know why they brought out the sticks. I mean, I could tell.
It looked good from here, too.
The ball was over where the marker was, but hey.
Like you said, that's the high-quality high school referees for you.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And now Elkins is throwing almost every down. Has a pocket, picks it up. And good containment there. Oh, they're going to call a late hit maybe.
There was a key block in the backfield there by number 11, Nate Van Dusen, and that gave Elkins the ability to step up in the pocket and gain some yards on that instead of taking the sack. Let's see what the penalty is. We have a personal foul on the Honkers.
Oh. Well, Honkers have had a couple of those.
Yeah, the River City's had a couple of penalties on them, but the Honkers, they seem to enjoy that personal foul.
Yeah, I mean, their penalties haven't been anything of player misconduct.
Penalties against Yuba City.
And that backs them up 15.
Yeah, that's not very good. They were just inside of the Raiders' territory, and now they're back on their own 36, 37. Let's see what Elkins does here with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half. It's a pretty solid game so far minus the penalties from the Honkers. They've been constantly driving. Defense has looked pretty good, too. The Raiders are definitely going to have to go into halftime and pump themselves up in the locker room. Got to come out with some fire for the second half.
Personal foul against the Honkers, the last penalty.
Second personal foul, and that backs them up 15. So first and, we'll say, about 20. Elkins under center, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Van Dusen
That's
in the
Garcia.
backfield.
Good protection, throw across the middle, should be picked. And it is. Picked off, River City. They got blockers
14.
in front of him. And he's down at the 50. I thought he was going to get a big return out of that one. Alex Morales with the INT. He ran into his own guy. He had about 4 or 5 blockers in front of him. Nevertheless, River City, as Jason said, they need a stop to get some momentum going. They get the interception, and they'll take over at midfield. Got to put some points on the board. Got to here. Got to.
I agree, Ben. Let's see how Thomas does under center. See if he can take his offense down and get 7 before halftime.
Empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, and a whistle. And Yuba City's going to call a timeout, get their defense set up. We'll take a break in the action as well. 3:07 left to go before half. Yuba City 14, River City nothing, right here on the PlayOn High School Sports Network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
All right, so after the timeout, Raiders take over at the 50-yard line. Split back formation, 2 receivers to the right. They'll send 1 in motion. Big, deep drop. Throw across the middle, and it's caught. How about that? Down to the 30, a pickup of 20. Looked like that was about a 15-step drop.
Yeah, he was way back there.
Thomas right on point. Good throw. Pickup of 21.
Jamal Williams on the catch, the tailback, the junior with a nice catch to gain the first down and keep them moving. Let's see if they can get in the end zone, Ben.
Biggest play from scrimmage for the Raiders today. Under 3 to go. Split back formation. Down 14-0. It's a handoff and nice run, getting away from the initial tackler.
Jamal Williams on the carry again.
They figure, hey, you get a nice 32-yard reception. Let's put you in the backfield and see what you can do. So a pickup of about 5, but it could have been a loss of 3.
Yeah, a couple solid plays by the junior, Jamal Williams.
2nd and 6 now. Split back again, 2 tight end sets. Thomas under center. He fumbled it again. This time the Honkers get it.
Fumble on the exchange.
Turnovers killing River City. And now the Honkers have a chance with 2:13 to put some more points on the board. Disappointing, Jason, after the big reception.
Number 68, Anthony Franco.
And Anthony Franco, the nose guard, picks up the fumble on another bad exchange between Thomas and the center.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to work on that come practice during the week because you can't start a play if your center can't put the ball in your quarterback's hand.
Well, I put that on Thomas, too. Looked like there was – and then another thing, you take a timeout or looked like Thomas was waiting for the ball and he mixed up the snap count. 3 receivers to the right as Elkins now, the lefty, throwing on every play. And that's just dropped. He put it right where it had to
That's
be.
Mowers, Lewis Mowers with the drop.
Yeah, he tried to run before he caught it.
2nd and 10.
First thing you're told in Pop Warner.
Catch before you run.
Can't remember the last time my toes were cold in Sacramento. Must be football season.
Especially in August.
Yeah, 3 receivers to the right. Yeah, my wool socks at halftime. It's an inside give. Finding room, getting a block, cutting outside. Right sideline, gets another block.
And he's
Good
still on his
run
feet.
there,
That's
44
Nate Van
yard line.
Dusen again.
And pick up a 19 on 2nd down.
Number 10.
He seems to just always keep his feet moving, and he broke a couple tackles there. He's looking really good. I'm really impressed by the Vans. That is what I'm going to call them there for the Honkers. We got Van Dusen and Van Poel. Both solid players.
Pick up a 19, 2 minutes exactly left before half. Elkins under center, 3 receivers to the left. Sets a pass, steps up in the pocket, switches hands. Ooh, takes a big hit.
But again, Ben, in the backfield there, we had Van Dusen with a key block who sprung his quarterback out. Without Van Dusen making that block, that's a loss of at least 5 to 6 yards.
One of the Raider captains, Andrew Dutra, the 6'1" senior with the big hit. That got the crowd going. They haven't had a lot to cheer about.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet.
1:17 left to go in the half. 3 receivers to the right. Van Dusen in the backfield. They give it to Van Dusen. He has a hole. He cuts back. He's going to be very close to a first down. We approach the 1 minute mark. You got to figure Yuba City's going to have to use some of their timeouts here. They will here. They got 2. You can't take them into the second half with you. Are they going to? Or is it going to be a measurement? No, they're going to say 3rd down. 3rd and less than a yard. Under a minute to go. 59 seconds. Chilly evening here in West Sacramento.
Got a full moon, though. It's a very nice night for some football.
3 receivers to the right, all spread about 10 yards apart. They go to the left side. What a pass. Wow.
Yeah, we got a flag on the play.
Maybe helmet to helmet. We heard that hit all the way up here.
It was a very nice catch by Anthony Garcia, number 82.
Nice pass, too.
Oh, intended? Maybe he didn't come down with that?
Let's see what the penalty marker is. I think this is going to be a helmet to helmet.
Very nice 3-step drop in his throw to his receiver out there, number 82. Despite the penalty, it looked good. We have another personal foul, this time on the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I mean, not just an emphasis at the NFL level. College, high school, got to cut out the helmet-to-helmet action. Sport has taken a drastic turn with all the concussions and...
So we got 47 seconds left in this half. Ben, you think the Raiders can get the stop and go into halftime only down 14?
Hard to say the way And then now that Elkins is throwing the ball the way he is,
Yeah, between
really
Elkins
can pick
throwing,
your poison here.
the Elkins throwing and the Vans just running the ball seems to be a little much for the Raiders to stop. Let's see what they can do here. 1st and 7.
Inside handoff, did a nice job of stuffing that out. See if Yuba uses their timeout, they will.
Van Dusen, 11. Stop by Rodriguez, number 54.
Take a break in the action. 42 seconds left. Yuba City 14, River City nothing here on the PlayOn High School Sports Network.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
Second and 10, make a second and goal from the 10. River City with a big stop on first down. See if they can get another one here. 3 receivers to the right. Deep drop, throw across the middle, and dropped. Pass was intended for Cano.
Was incomplete, intended for number 12, Devin Pettengill.
I was looking at the wrong 12. It was indeed Pettengill.
Flag dropped on the play.
Another penalty marker.
Lots of penalties here in the first half.
Yeah, there really has been. First quarter went by quick. The second quarter, it was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's just been penalty-ridden the whole quarter.
It really has. It's against Yuba.
Yet again, Yuba City's, earlier we were talking about the Raiders were going to have to watch their penalties, but it's looking like they both are going to have to go in there and do some real searching on how not to do these penalties.
Ineligible man downfield. Just a 5-yard penalty, so second and goal from the 15. 36 seconds left. Yuba does have 1 timeout. River City with 2. 3 receivers to the right. Garcia split to the left with Van Dusen in the backfield. Looking right. Throwing not into triple coverage, but he put it right where only his guy could get it.
That was Mowers there, the intended pass.
Elkins got a nice cannon on him, nice spiral there, but good coverage. So that's another big-time play there. Good protection, good throw, good coverage.
Yeah, the Yuba City looks like they're coming with a total package. They got the nice quarterback, left-handed, who can do the nice play actions. They got Van Poel and Van Dusen in the backfield, who are their workhorses that are just running their feet wild.
Here we go, 4th and 10. Big play here. River City's got to get a stop here. They give up a touchdown here. They can say goodnight.
The fans are definitely
They're going to
into it.
To the corner, and it's incomplete. So good coverage downfield, and the Honkers will turn it over. So River City, that's what they had to do, Jason. They had to get a stop there. They had 1st and goal at the 10, and they get the stop.
4th and 14.
So now you just take a knee and take your losses into the locker room. You don't want another turnover here, give the Honkers another shot. I say you just take a knee.
Well, it's 4th down, so if they need it, the clock would stop
that was
anyway.
4th, wasn't it? They did a turnover on downs. That was 4th.
Okay, so then the announcer guy has a little bit mistaken.
I say if you're River City, you just take a knee here.
I agree. You don't want to give up a turnover or pick 6 or something to that effect.
Exactly. Remember, Yuba City will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, Yuba City's already got enough momentum going into halftime. The Raiders don't need to give them any more help.
Do a player of the game interview on our PlayOn Sports Network post-game show. Jason and I will select a player of the game, do a quick interview, wrap up today's action, and call it a night. That's coming up on the PlayOn High School Sports Network post-game show immediately following tonight's game.
So 27 and a half seconds roughly left in the first half. It looks,
I was mistaken. That was 3rd down.
So it is 4th and 14.
Looked like they were turning the ball over. Okay, so my mistake. 4th down now. 3 receivers to the right, Garcia to the left with Van Dusen in the backfield. Rolling left now. They're going to set up a screen, and River City not fooled at all.
It finally gives the crowd here at West Sacramento something to cheer for. A very nice turnover on downs there by the Raiders. Their defense held strong.
Yeah, their defense has been decent. They've been good.
Yeah, I think if their offense gives them a little bit more time to rest, they might not even have given up 14 points. The defense definitely looks pretty solid.
Well, and
despite the fact that the Honkers' offensive line just creates big holes for the Vans there in the backfield.
Oh, their turnovers have been silly, too. Exchanges from the center to the quarterback.
Yeah, just simple things that you're supposed to learn in Pop Warner. Just simple things. It's just these kids getting a little ahead of themselves. Everybody's excited to be out on the field. It's still the first couple games of the year.
Thomas will take my advice and take a knee, and that should end the first half of action. We'll be back for a quick halftime show. Get you ready for the second half here on the PlayOn High School Sports Network. Your score at half, Yuba City 14 and River City nothing.
That brings us to halftime.
We'll take a break in the action, folks. We'll be back for a quick halftime show. Once again, halftime score, Honkers 14, Raiders nothing, right here on PlayOn High School Sports Network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was Snyder. Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons wins. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac-Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot. Kept alive. Back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way. Gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stags.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
but this is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah, and you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting into Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own. Shoots and scores. Bounces a shot home. Coos can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it. A fantastic finish to this game, and well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter sits under center in their tight wing formation. Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run. Breaks through. 4 tackles. And now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
Keep those Lowell fans quiet over there.
Lum sets it up for Pang. Long, it's out. Low, a magnificent 7 titles in the San Francisco section in dramatic style as they pull out a fantastic victory over a spirited Galileo Lions team. They win the 4th game, 31-29, and they take the 2012 Academic Athletic Association San Francisco section title.
Officials say no 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side. Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20, with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21-20.
Already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh, my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh, boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchen in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve, championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity, look for Wallace, no, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match!
Kathleen Wallace. No better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader.
25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace. 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the D5 title.
In the backfield, it's Hernandez and Northcutt. Set to throw is Thomas. Has time. Goes for the home run. It's intercepted in the end zone. Seemed like they tried to go to Martin, and Martin slipped. Stockton, Hilmar, and Escalon. That's going to do it, folks. Victory formation, take a kneel. The clock comes out. The clock will tick down. The players jumping up at midfield. I think I see a Gatorade. Did we have a Gatorade shower?
We most certainly did. Casey Taylor getting the shower there. Very much deserved.
Down to 12.
Great tackle there by Ronald Williams there to make the stop for Helix.
And the Helix fans are starting to celebrate here. This is going to be the final play. 5 seconds. Pow will hand it off. And they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. That's Keegan who gets in, but that's going to be the end of the ball game. 44-6 will be the score. So Oceanside scores on the final play of the ball game.
And gets a consolation prize just to make this is kind of say that, hey, we didn't get shut out.
So 44-6 is your score. And Helix is celebrating on the sideline. Oceanside streak of 7 straight championship games has been ended.
2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Clock rolling. 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Dillon, he's got time, steps up. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a man open. Seth Collins with a diving catch. He hauls it in at the 25. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you right there. Dillon goes to show why he is a Division I prospect as he's able to step up, elude the pressure, see Collins down the field, and make the connection. As I'll tell you right now, there has not been a bigger catch for Seth Collins this entire season.
Fans nervously wait on the far side. Trips right. Vernon, the lone receiver to the left. Troy Zine rolls right. Here we go. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets away, but can't get away from the second slew. Vacaville takes over on downs, and the crowd erupts. So does the sideline. Got to watch it. Got to watch the sideline here.
Yeah,
Remember, they were up 35-26. 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's going to do it, folks. Your 2011 Division II Sac-Joaquin Section champions, the Vacaville Bulldogs. They win 39-35 in a classic.
Although they have no timeouts, they'll get the ball on the sideline, try to set something up. They can get a couple dribbles and a shot.
I tell you what, that was a gutsy call there by Coach Aguiar. Oh, what a shot! I tell you what, Javier Kirksey, from well beyond the three-point mark, takes the inbound pass, throws it up off the glass, and nails a 3. And you've got the finish to this Cinderella story as the Ridgeview Wolfpack win the Division III boys title 43-40. And what
Caroline Martin to serve. Is 3rd time the charm for Palo Alto. Martin over, dug by Irvin. Lauren, backside, Bedard Ghani, long, and that's the ball game. And Palo Alto comes from behind. They were down 13-8 in Game 5. They win it 17-15.
Koenig, who will continue to play baseball at the next level. He is going to Central Arizona. About 45 minutes outside Phoenix, and Coolidge
This pitch is hit in the 5-5 hole. Nice grab and throw over to first base. Ori Wofford. Full extension dive to his right and gets Tillinghast by a step.
3-point game.
Down to 5 seconds. Wilson from straight away fires a three. Go! And that will send it to overtime as Wilson drains the three at the buzzer.
Straight on look, and he got it for that big bucket.
Jones, long outlet. January's got an opening. January with the left hand.
Can't leave him in a lane like that to the basket. He'll put it right through it. And that's what he did that time with the strong dunk.
He brought the house down with that one.
Now 2nd and 13 for the Dons from their own 24-yard line. Bogart's 3-step drop now flushed out. He's rolling to his right. Looking downfield, lofts it to Hines. Hines with an amazing grab. Did he get that in bounds? He's still in bounds, running by himself to the 10-5 touchdown. Wow. Unbelievable catch. An Olympian defense thought he was out of bounds, and they just stopped playing. And Hines, with a headsy play, just sprints the other 30 yards into the end zone. And the Dons now extend their lead, 13 to nothing.
Jumper right at the elbow for Peters.
Why?
Welcome back to the PlayOn High School Sports Network alongside Jason Patterson. I'm Ben Schneider. Getting ready for the second half here where I wouldn't say Yuba City dominated the first half, but they definitely were in control. They turned the ball over a couple times. They gave River City every opportunity to get back in this thing. River City just didn't capitalize. Now, Yuba City has a 14-0 lead. Jason's going to give us our scoring drives, our scoring plays, brought to you by the PlayOn Sports High School Network.
For the first touchdown for the Yuba City Honkers, we have number 7, the quarterback, Taylor Elkins, on a 9-yard TD run. And our second touchdown, that first one is what made it 6-0, because they missed their extra point. And then later on, about halfway through the second, we had a nice 14-yard run by number 9, Omar Herrera, for the Yuba City Honkers, and that's how we got to full. They actually did a very nice 2-point conversion
Garcia
to Mowers on the outside.
Oh, that's right, it was Mowers.
And Mowers with a nice catch on the outside to get the 2-point conversion, and that's where we're at right now with the Yuba City Honkers leading the River City Raiders 14-0.
And I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm actually cold. It's August, and I'm in Sacramento, but winds are picking up. It's only 59 degrees out right now. I feel like I'm in Portland, Oregon. But no, this is West Sacramento. And just move around a little bit. That's all you got to do. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us here on the PlayOn High School Sports Network. Brian Carter is our technical engineer, and Will McCombs is our producer here on site. The one and only Timothy King, our videographer, and alongside Jason Patterson. And I'm Ben Schneider, getting ready for the second half. Your teams have taken the field. Still got about another minute left before we rock and roll for the second half. As we mentioned, Honker's going to start with the ball moving left to right. Wind is going to be at their backs. So that could be a consideration. Maybe if we get down to field goals, they want to make it a 3-possession game, they can. River City hasn't played all that bad. They've shot themselves in the foot with some unforced errors, some bad handles from the center to the quarterback, Thomas. Both teams had a lot of penalties there in the first half, especially in that second quarter. Each team flagged with a couple unsportsmanlike. We had some false starts, some illegal man downfield, some holding. You're going to see a lot of that early on. Once we get to the section playoffs, you'd be surprised how few penalties these schools have. At this level, the coaching is so good. The players, for the most part, learn from their mistakes, and you just don't see it as much once we get to the section playoffs. But here early on, that's going to be a big faux pas for both schools, trying to cut off the turnovers and cut off the penalties. We're getting ready to go for the second half here. Set to kick for River Cellini is, I don't have an 81 on my roster, unfortunately. No, correction. I'm looking at the wrong school. It's Vince Cellini, not from the Golf Network, but a different Vince Cellini. And it's going to be a good boot there.
Yeah, Cellini with a very nice kick to get the touchback to begin the second
Honkers
half.
will start at the 20. And kind of a tale of two halves there for the Honkers. Remember, for the first quarter and a half, it was all run. And it was run for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Van Dusen and Van Poel. And then about halfway through the second quarter, they started passing on every play. So we'll see what we get from the Honkers here in the second half out of the power formation. They'll send a guy in motion. It's a run up the gut, a burst up the middle for about 5. So the Honkers start the second half a lot how they started the first half, on the ground.
With Van Dusen, number 11, on the carry. We haven't seen too much of Van Poel with carries there since the first couple drives, but Van Dusen has been just their workhorse all game.
Second and about 5. Same exact formation. This time it's loose. River City gets the big break they get. Picked up at 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Raiders!
That's Junior Cheen with a fumble recovery and pickup for the run.
And that's just what they needed to get this crowd involved. A defensive touchdown. I'm surprised the Honkers went back to the well. The exact same formation. They set number 12 in motion. Devin Pettengill didn't fool anybody. The linebacker got through there, broke up the play. It was picked up by one of the safeties. Hunter Short, no, correction, it was picked up by
Junior Cheen, the defensive
end. And Cheen ran it 15 yards for the touchdown. So just like that, less than a minute in, a defensive touchdown for the Raiders, and they're back in this thing. Extra point is good by a mile. Almost kicked it out of the stadium. 11:25 left to go in the third. River City 7, Yuba City 14 right here on PlayOn High School Sports Network. Game of the week here for the Sac-Joaquin section.
That was big, Ben, for the Raiders. They came out here and they got a good fumble recovery. That's a good way to start the second half. Let's see if the Raiders can capitalize on this momentum that they've gained straight out of the gates.
Hunker's just a little bit too cute on offense. Not sure why they ran the exact same play. You got to mix it up a little bit. You got to put the defense on their heels. Keep them guessing. You run the same play back to back, I mean, you're asking for trouble. Defensive end was able to pop it loose and cheer, ran it in. No doubt about it. He had nothing but open field in front of him.
Yeah, the defensive line just was all over that play. They had great penetration. They ended up getting the fumble, and Junior Cheen with a good pickup and run in for the touchdown for the Raiders.
So a little bit of excitement here to start the second half. That'll warm up the crowd a little bit here on a chilly evening here in West Sacramento at River City High School. It's just the second week of the high school football season. Our first game here in the Sac-Joaquin section. Oh, another big boot.
That's Vincent Cellini.
Yeah.
Touchback by number 12, Devin Pentagill. That was the guy who was in motion there that he didn't fool anybody there, and that's what happened with the fumble there. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
Thank you, Jason, as he's going to go back to the run. And look at River City now playing with all the momentum. They're playing with some fire now.
Yeah, looks like they went into the locker room and decided they figured out what they were doing wrong, and it seems to be doing good so far this second half.
A loss of 2, 2nd and 12, as Herrera didn't get anything going there. So the Raiders showing a lot of fire here. 5 down linemen, power formation, split backs for Elkins. Elkins short drop, and another drop.
That's Mowers. Luis Mowers.
I mean, the throw wasn't there, but Mowers should have had that. Old saying in football, Jason, if you could get your hands on it, you should be able to bring it in. And stops the clock. Hey, I'm telling you what, River City gets a 3 and out here. Good field position. We got a whole new ball game.
Yeah, they had very good pressure on the quarterback that play.
Big play here coming up. Honkers need some momentum going now. They need a first down. River City looking to keep the momentum. And they go conservative, but bouncing outside. Can he beat one more guy? Horse collar, maybe. Ooh, what an extra effort. Van Dusen, I didn't think he had a shot, but it looked like he got the first down. Gutsy call there on 2nd and 9 to go for the run. A lot of confidence in your offensive line, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, they've been given the holes all game. Might as well just give them the ball and see what they can do. And Van Dusen got a very good run to the outside, kept his feet moving, made a couple guys miss, and got that first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Honkers. 10:40 left to go in the third, moving left to right at the 33. Split back formation as River City showing blitz, and another fumble? I think they're going to call him down. Van Dusen maybe dives forward for 1.
Excellent penetration there by the defense for the Raiders.
The Honkers aren't showing any creativity. Why not put 8 in the box and show a blitz when they're running every time? And they're giving it away, too, because the only times look, now, what do you want to bet this is a pass play? Now they have 2 receivers in the game. No, they're going to keep it on the ground. Van Dusen.
Yeah, he's just their workhorse. I mean, even when me and you are both just agreeing that they should pass, they seem to just pull the ball down and hand it to Van Dusen and see what he can do.
Well, the first time they threw the ball all game was the only time they put 2 receivers in the game. That formation, they had it, so I thought they were going to pass. 3rd and 4 here. Big play here coming up. River City looking to get the ball back.
Penton-Gill and Mowers out wide.
Split back. Van Dusen. Oh, he's offside by a week and a half. Just trying to get an early jump. That was Andrew Dutra, one of the captains. You got to know better, right?
Yeah, I agree. If you're going to be a defensive captain, you're going to have to keep yourself on the other side of the ball until the ball's snapped.
I mean, that wasn't even close.
He was getting a little ahead of himself. He was ready to get in the backfield and take that quarterback down.
5-yard penalty, and that gives the first down to the Honkers.
9:29 left to go in the third. Honkers moving left to right, clinging now to a 14-7 lead.
We got a first down just about into Raider territory.
Oh, it looked like Van Dusen fumbled it again, but he recovered it. Turnover is an issue for both schools.
Brought down by Artis Jackson.
They are going to break into Raider territory with that run, though.
Artis Jackson
right
at midfield.
Just right at midfield. Kind of got a bad spot there by the ref.
Nice open field tackle there by Jackson. 9 minutes to go in the third. Next week I'll come prepared. I'll have a beanie and wool socks on, that's for sure. Split back formation, 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Run up the gut for close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spots. I'm just happy to have football back in Northern California. UC Davis and Sac State already underway. The Aggies got a victory. Sac State fell in their opener.
3rd and inches.
American River, City College all getting in action tomorrow. We got high school going on. It's an exciting time here in Northern California for football. Another blitz showed by River City, and they guessed right this time. Stuff for a loss.
Yeah, that was a great penetration by the Raiders there.
Dakota McGamill and also Max Harrison in on the stop for the Raiders. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 now. Under 8 to go in the third. Honkers into Raider territory. Is it 4th down? Yeah, it is 4th and 3. Correction, my mistake. I can't go on the scoreboard. I got to look at the markers. That's incomplete, but that's going to be pass interference. Good call, Jason. You can see that from where we are.
Yeah,
7 was draping all over him. I don't think he had to either, because I don't think that he would have caught that.
Yeah, 7, Richard Munoz there was all over the wide receiver. He's going to have to take an extra second there before he decides to wrap him up. He's got to wait for the ball to get there. That was a bad play on 4th down again by the Raiders. Penalties are just hurting them on crucial downs.
Well, the thing about it is, Jason, I mean, pass interference, that's a part of the game. But the thing is, he didn't need to, because they had a safety help. They had 2 guys there. The ball wasn't thrown perfectly. Had he just gone straight up, they'd have the ball right now.
Yeah, just poor mistakes, but see if they can go ahead and get that stop.
Van Dusen and Herrera in the backfield. Raiders showing blitz. They jump off sides and get back. Good composure there.
It seems like Taylor Elkins is good with that hard count.
Well, it looks like he called an audible. Now he saw the blitz. But that's not what you want to call. He actually keeps it. Second effort picks up about 4.
Well, it's kept by Taylor Elkins, number 7.
You were definitely correct there when you told me there towards the start that the Yuba City Honkers are a big big running team.
That's what they do. That's their motto. I've been doing Sac-Joaquin games for a long time. I've covered Yuba City. It's their bread and butter. They smash mouth you up inside the tackles. They'll run a couple different running backs at you. Here, Herrera and Van Houston in the backfield.
River City just seems to be jumping every play now. They're just excited. They want to get back there.
2nd and 4. And not going to get it.
Very, very nice tackle by number 20, Junior Cheen.
Yeah, Cheen was the one who recovered the fumble and ran it in for a touchdown. We're under 7 to go. Another big 3rd down coming up. You're in 4-down territory, though, if you're the Honkers. Trying to add to their 7-point lead. Looked like the Yuba City crowd thinned out a little bit. Don't know if they went to their cars to turn on the heaters, went to the concession stand for coffee or whatnot, but the bleacher's not as full as it was in the first half. They'll come back. They're diehards up there in Yuba City. They love their sports. On the keeper, and that's going to be close.
Number 7 with the quarterback keeper, Taylor Elkins.
Elkins is going to be close. Going to depend on the spot. I think he's a little bit short, Jason.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to give it to him. Looks like it's going to be a 4th down.
Looks like they had to get to about the 31 and a half.
4th down and 1.
And they're at the 30 and a half. So about a yard. Big play here.
Yeah, the River City fans are getting into it now.
Yeah, they're going to try to draw him off. Watch. Garcia split left. And Pettigill split right. Oh, ball came loose. River City saying they have it. You know what? I think if the Honkers have it. River City has it.
Very nice.
Another turnover for the Honkers. This crowd erupts.
That's going to be big for the momentum for the Raiders.
Oh, absolutely. Because Honkers fall on that, they got a 1st down. So was that 4th turnover of the game?
Yeah, I
by
think
the Honkers?
so.
I think that's 4. Unbelievable. They pride themselves on being a disciplined school and not turning the ball over. It's going to be the complete opposite. They've had personal penalties and misconduct. And
let's see if the Raiders can capitalize here with this
Thomas,
turnover. They definitely have the
receivers
momentum.
To the right. They send a guy in motion. Thomas rolls right. Has some room to run if he chooses to. He will. Gets a nice block and nice yards. He's got a 1st down. Pick up a 12 on 1st. Good patience there by Thomas.
Yeah, he was looking downfield. He didn't quite look like it was the designed run, but he decided to tuck it and go for it, and he picked up the 1st down. Very good decision there by the quarterback.
Clock will stop for a 1st down here in high school. It'll run once the refs set the ball. 5:20 to go. River City trailing by 7. But they got the wind at their back and some momentum going and looking to tie things up. But they fumble. And the Honkers, no, it looks like River City jumped on it. Luckily, early indication saying the Raiders have it back, and that's just some early season mistakes.
The referee's giving the Raiders the ball. They definitely needed to fall on that one.
Recovered by River City.
Luckily is right.
Let's put that one behind them and see if they can't just keep moving the ball.
Actually picked up a yard on the fumble. 2nd and 9 now from the own 33 with 4:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
That's not the first time we've seen a miss snap there by the Raiders.
Oh, no. That's the 3rd time they put it on the deck to go with an interception. Play action. Thomas steps up, finds a seam, but I don't know why he's stretching. Thomas like he's on the goal line, stretching for an extra yard, but not a smart play because he ended up fumbling, but I believe they called him down. 4:20 to go in the 3rd.
He made a nice move there to make a defender miss. It turned the loss into at least a gain of a couple. But I don't know why he decided to hold on. That was not a very good call there on 1st down.
Now Thomas out of the gun. He's got, it's like Burks in the backfield. Burks has been quiet. Had a couple big runs in the 1st. Has not seen the ball here in the 2nd. Burks, good protection. Throws across the flat, but a good open field tackle.
Jamal Williams with the catch, number 16.
And Pettingill with the nice open field tackle.
Stop by 12, Devin Pettingill.
So pickup of about 4. Going to be 4th and 3. They got to punt this. In your own territory, still just a one-possession game. The defense has been stepping up, and the Honkers have been turning it over. So this is the right call. Punt it away. Put it back in your defensive hands. Remember, their only score was on a defensive touchdown. So
we got Alex Inskeep back to receive the punt.
Good. Look at this punt. Holy smokes. Oh, and he almost pinned it. You got a foot on this young fella.
Goes to the end zone for another touchback.
Cellini, sign him up. He's got a foot. I wonder if he plays soccer. He's got a big foot. So a touchback. And
yeah, easily a 60-yard punt.
I mean, that's impressive. He was about 5 yards from pinning him.
Yeah, he had nice backspin on it. He put the ball up, and it was very nice punt.
Absolutely.
Got some music going by the River City Raider bands over here to our left. Trying to get this crowd into it, see if they can't get their Raiders to tie this game up.
I think people are just surprisingly cold tonight. Single back now. We haven't seen a lot of this. Straight up the gut for just 2. Under 3 to go in the third.
The Honkers are staying with the run, even though the Raiders seem to be all over it the second half. I'll be curious to see if they decide to switch it up and let Elkins pass with his. He's got some solid left-handed throws for his high school quarterback.
For sure. Yeah, look at this spread formation. First time we've seen this from the Honkers. 2 receivers to each side. Straight back, a little slant. Ooh, dangerous.
That was a little high for Anthony Garcia. Elkins is going to have to put that ball right in his wide receiver's numbers if he wants him to catch that.
I agree. A better pass and he would have caught it. He had to jump for it. It was deflected and nearly intercepted. 3rd and 8. Clock stops with the incomplete pass. You see the city of Sacramento.
Just under 2.5 minutes left in the third. On a very chilly evening.
3 receivers to the right as he rolls to the left and he's brought down. And that's a covered sack.
That's Junior Cheen again. The
Cheen's
guy that
been
got the fumble. He's all over the field. He got in the back for some good penetration. Elkins tried to make a miss, and he still brought him down. Very nice open field tackle for the sack.
Well, good coverage downfield, too.
Yeah, without the defensive backs all over the wide receivers, Elkins could have easily thrown that ball.
So a 3 and out by the Honkers. I believe that's their first 3 and out of the game.
We got 2 Raiders back here to receive this punt.
Jackson and Munoz. They're at their 50, so barring any unforeseen big loss, they're going to get good field position here. That's not a very good punt either. That's going to go out of bounds at the 42, a net of just 24 yards. River City's in action, folks. They trail by 7, but they'll get the ball at the Honkers 42, make that the 38-yard line. Wow. Special teams, Jason, always plays a big part here in these high school games.
Yeah, that ball was kicked real high, and maybe the wind caught it. It was so high up there that he definitely didn't go very far.
We're going to keep it here. 1:34 to go. River City with the momentum. They got a defensive touchdown. They just stopped the Honkers to a 3 and out. Split back now with Bates as the main guy. Quick drop. Now throws to the corner. Oh, almost a fantastic catch on a good-looking play.
That's Malik Duments.
Yeah.
He almost had it there, but it looks like number 30, Bowers, he was all over him. It was good defensive play, but I still think Malik should have came down with that one.
You know what? I like the play call on first, though. Go for the home run.
Very nice outside shoulder throw by the quarterback, Thomas.
I like the call, too. You go for the home run there on first. Maybe catch the Honkers sleeping. Thomas out of the gun, split back formation, 1 receiver to each side. It's a handoff. Left side, not much doing. Tries to cut the corner, but a nice tackle there made by Van Poole. Who else?
That's Jamal Williams on the carry.
1:15 to go in the third. I don't think we've had any penalties here in the third. So coaches tightening the screws there at half.
Yeah, definitely haven't seen any more personal fouls like we've seen the whole first half. couple 15-yarders there in the first half. They seem to clean that up fairly nice for the second half.
Out of the gun goes Thomas. He's got Bates and Wilkes. Wilkes to each side of him. Fake the handoff. Step up in the pocket. Throw across the middle. Complete. Going to be about 3 yards short.
That's Vincent Cellini on the catch. That's the kicker out there making a nice catch.
Yeah.
Not only does he have a foot, he's got a couple good hands for him, too.
Pettingale, you got to punt, you got to kick. I mean, you got to go for it here.
I agree.
You're not going to kick a 50-yarder. You kick it in the end zone with Cellini's foot. You net 12 yards. There's no point. Roll the dice here. It's going to be the last play of the third either way. So they can take their time here, maybe even try to get the Honkers to jump.
They got the crowd into it. Let's see if they can pick this up and keep the crowd happy.
Thomas under center. It's a pitch back. Got some blockers in front of him. And, he's going to be
close.
about a yard short, it looks like, Jason.
Jamal Williams takes the pitch around the left side.
That's Jamal Williams with the pitch.
I don't mind the play call.
Fairly good play call. Had good blocking. The blocking just fell apart there. The Yuba City they did really solid to get through that blocking there. It looked like a design, almost like a screen kind of toss there they had going. They had their whole line out there to the left trying to get some blockers out in front of them.
It's so close they're going to do a measurements to give us the time to get some live read in. Jason, with that.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Thanks, Jason's going to be a big measurement here. All depends on the spot. Looks like he's a little short. I'm usually good at calling these. Oh, he's a
yeah, he's a couple short.
He's short by a full semester there.
Yeah, I don't even know why they decided they needed a measurement there. That wasn't even a football's length.
Either way.
He was short by a couple.
Just making sure the chain gain's on their game, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep them awake.
Keeping everybody warm, letting them run out.
The more you move around, the warmer you'll stay. 3 seconds left, so Honkers will get one more play in before the end of the third quarter. River City with the momentum, though. You got the defensive touchdown, held the Honkers to their first 3 and out of the evening.
I agree. The first half was definitely Honkers, and second half seems to be Raiders for the momentum.
And then again, the Honkers, as dominant as they were at times, they didn't put it away. You know, they had the ball in the red zone there towards the end of the half, and they had a couple penalties and a couple losses. And
yeah, definitely. They needed to. It looks like they needed to put the Raiders away. The Raiders just hanging around. And it seems like they might be able to tie this game up here if they keep hanging around.
Elkins now under center. It's a give.
Oh, there's Van Poel.
Yeah, Van Poel picks about 12 up.
We haven't seen Van Poel since the first half, and he gets 12, but he's not getting up. He's still down.
That's going to do it for the third quarter, folks. We got a good game here brewing in West Sac. Yuba City 14, River City 7. Take a break in the action, get you ready for the fourth quarter right here, only on the PlayOn High School Sports Network, Sac-Joaquin Game of the Week.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events and all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. Also, stay tuned for our postgame show at PlayOnSports.com, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Seems we have an injury on the field to number 35. That's Austin Van Poel, who's been all over the field. He's got up on his own. He is exiting the field on his own. It's always a good sign. Let's hope he's all right. We'll keep you posted if we get any info on Austin Van Poel. PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. We got the band over here doing a nice little musical note for our time and for the break in the action. We're here in West Sacramento, California, where the Yuba City Honkers are leading the River City Raiders 14-7. Start of the fourth quarter.
All right, so here we go. Decisive fourth quarter here. Honkers with the ball and the wind at their backs. Again, the power formation with two receivers behind Eskin. And Elkins gets the hard count, and they will draw the offsides on River City. So
Encroachment against River City.
that's a second encroachment penalty here in the second half. You see planes flying out of Sacramento International or Sacramento Airport. There's the new concourse out there. It's a couple miles up the road here from West Sac.
Besides the fumble recovery for a touchdown, it's been a pretty quiet second half.
You're right. Handoff. Good penetration there by River City and stuffing that one out from the get-go. Langston Johnson, amongst others. Antonio Pereira in on the stuff.
Tackled by 79, Kaluni
Moppy also in there.
Second and 6.
Second and 6 after no gain. 11:35 left to go here in the ball game. Sac-Joaquin game of the week here on the PlayOn Sports Network. There's a burst up the middle, and that's good for a first down. Going to stop the clock into Raider territory to the 48.
Yeah, I'd really like to know how many yards Van Dusen has back there, because he's been just driving.
Probably close to the century mark. He's had a couple big ones. Remember, he had the 24-yarder in the first, had a 15-yarder here in the second half. Ooh, some officials timeout. Equipment check, but we're ready to go. And that actually
a couple late subs
plays into River City's advantage because they can get the subs out. Now, just get the guy off. So miscommunication there. See if the Honkers can take advantage. Throw across the middle is incomplete.
That was intended for number 17, Chevy Santana.
You know, Elkins threw some nice balls there in the first half. But second half, he hasn't looked sharp passing the ball at all. He's been nowhere near his receivers.
Yeah, the first half, when after they decided to let him loose, he looked quite solid. Nice touch passes. He's been not leading
erratic.
his receivers. Yeah, a little erratic. It looks like he's not maybe getting enough time in the back. We'll see if his offensive line can give him some time
Herrera
to do
and
something.
Van Dusen in the backfield. Oh, this little end around has everybody fooled. This could be big trouble for the Raiders. One man to beat, and he's tackled inside the 15. A gain of 35 there on second down.
By Devin Pettengill. That was a very nice run by Devin Pettengill. Had the whole Raiders defensive fooled. I mean, even had me fooled. I was looking down the middle while he was running on the outside for a big gain for the Honkers.
And that's the advantage of having a bruising back like Van Dusen, is that you can – it's like a play-action run almost. You bring Pettigrew on the end around. Remember, that was the same play that they fumbled for the return of the touchdown, but that time that was a good-looking play there. They'll go back to the bread and butter up the gut for about a 1. But it's going to eat some clock.
I think that's what they're trying to do here, is just trying to run out some clock. They don't want to give the Raiders any extra time to tie this game up. And they're inside the red zone trying to put this game away early in the fourth quarter. This will be a very big score they need here to keep the Raiders at bay.
Yeah, and the Raiders haven't shown much on offense, so you can go up by 2 touchdowns here. I mean, anything's possible, but you're going to really
Yeah, you're definitely looking solid for the W. Put a
force
touchdown
the Raiders to do some stuff that they don't like to do. Herrera and Van Dusen in the backfield. Elkins under center. Not much doing there, Jason. Good defense, good.
Yeah, the Raiders
hit that one out. Yeah,
they jumped in that hole there and they took him down.
John Gray, just a sophomore, the youngster, in on the stop.
Yeah, besides that big end around, the Honkers really haven't had much success running the ball like they did in the first half there, Ben.
It's a big play, 3rd and 8. They can still get a first without getting a touchdown. First down would be about the 3.5. Under 10 to go here in the 4th. Yuba City on top of River City, 14-7 here on the Sac-Joaquin Game of the Week here on the PlayOn Sports Network. 3rd and 8. Herrera and Van Dusen in the backfield. Oh, they pitch it back on the end around. Nothing doing.
Very nice play by Malik Duments to get in the backfield. He was not fooled by that end around. He got back there to take Pettengill down for a good loss.
They tried to do the play they got 35 yards on. I'm not a big fan of doing the same plays in the series.
I agree.
Because it works once doesn't mean it's going to work again. Oh, they're going to go for a field goal here. It's going to be about a 35-yarder. So ball will be placed at the 24.5, about a 34-yarder. This is big because this will make it a 2-possession game. Pinkston, good snap, good hold, and it's good. Pinkston from 34 yards out.
Yeah, that was a very nice kick. 34-yard kick to put them up 17-7. That 10-point cushion is going to look pretty good with the Raiders' offense not putting a single point on the board tonight, Ben.
You're absolutely right. We'll take a break in the action. 8:51 left to go. Yuba City 17, River City 7 here in the Sac-Joaquin Game of the Week.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. Don't forget to tune in to our post-game show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
8:51 to go, and the wind has picked up so much they gotta, even on the kickoff, they gotta have somebody hold the ball. So Pinkston, a big kick there. Now he's set to kick. Set to return for River City is...
It's a squibber.
Yeah. Remember, they got a big gain on a squibber earlier. It's picked up by Bates. Or Burks, I should say. But Burks nowhere to go. So River City, they got to score here. 8:46 to go. Now they got their backs up against the wall. They trail by 10 here at home. Already 0-1 on the year. Looking to even up the schedule, but hate to go 0-2 to start your preseason schedule. Yuba City looking to go to 2-0. Sac-Joaquin Game of the Week here on the PlayOn High School Sports Network.
The Raiders have had pretty solid field position throughout the game, but have yet to capitalize.
You're right about that. They've had the ball a couple times in Honker territory. Here they'll start decent at the 32. Thomas rolls to his left. And nowhere to go. And he rose crushing into the bench out there.
Yeah, that was Van
That's
Dusen.
painful. And you look at where the bench is here on our side. I don't see how that's not a late hit.
Yeah, Van Dusen looked a little late, and the quarterback's not getting up. They're asking for help. All the players are taking a knee. This doesn't look very good.
Well, he hit the bench after going out of bounds. So we'll probably have to see.
Let's hope Thomas is okay.
McAmoyle, who started the game. Yeah, this could be bad.
Yeah, with all players taking a knee, they're all out there hoping that he's okay. I looked pretty late. We didn't see any penalty flags on that, Ben, so I guess they're going to call that a legal hit. But like you said, I mean, the bench is a good 10, 15, 20 yards off the sideline. I mean, for him to be pushed that far out to where he hits the bench, it had to have been somewhat late. They're still over there working on him. I don't see him standing up or anything. That's not a good sign.
But essentially they could get it rocking and rolling because it's on the sideline.
I think they're just worried about how he's doing. But I do agree, he is on the sideline. I don't see any medical staff or anything too serious running over there, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Make their way to the other sideline.
Oh.
Yeah, just called for the EMT over the loudspeaker.
That's number 8, Elijah Thomas, who's down, the quarterback. Sophomore, 6 foot even, 140 pounds. He's the young guy who's been quarterbacking this team throughout this game. We started the game with McAmoyle at quarterback, the senior, but have yet to see him since the first or second drive, and now Thomas is going down. We might have to either see McAmoyle or their third-string quarterback, depending on what happened with McAmoyle in the first half. Looks like they're going to get back to action, though.
He's up.
He
All
is
right.
up. That's a good sign. He's walking all by himself.
Very good sign.
He's looking good.
Probably more just of a shock factor. I mean, last thing you think when you get pushed out of bounds that you're going to go flying into one of the metal benches.
Could have just had his head rattled for a second.
Sure. Could have been a...
The EMTs are also not going over there. That's a great sign for Elijah Thomas. Let's hope he's doing all right.
We'll see if they bring in Macalore.
I mean, he's not hobbling. It had to have been something like his head got a little rattled, just a little, little stinger. He seems to be okay. Let's see who they have under center now.
Remember, Macamoyle started the game. Let's see.
I don't even have another cornerback.
It looks like it's Bates.
Yeah, I don't even have another quarterback listed.
I'm sorry, Burks. It's Burks, the running back.
And he hands the ball to Jamal Williams.
Yeah, Williams finds outside. Nice stiff arm. And he's got a first down. Oh, extra effort.
Yeah, very nice by Jamal Williams. Way to get the crowd back into it after his player gone down on the last play.
Yeah, and they couldn't have asked for a better situation.
It was almost another late hit here by the Honkers. It seems like they're trying to put the Raiders down, not trying to let them claw their way back into this one late in the fourth.
Burks actually listed as a fullback. He's 6 foot, 192, and he's now the quarterback for the Raiders as Dument splits to the left. Burks under center, offset eye. Back to, crowd anticipated as I did because had he got past
Anthony Garcia.
Yeah, he had a lot of open space in front of him, but a good job of Garcia wrapping him up.
Yeah, if Garcia doesn't grab his jersey there, I think that's 6 for the Raiders. Jamal Williams made a couple good moves there and make a couple people miss. Anthony Garcia, being the captain that he is, he reached out there and held on to him and saved that touchdown for the Honkers.
He got 5 out of it, so it was a pretty good run, nonetheless. About 4 make it, 2nd and 6. Clock ticking away, we're under 8.
The Raiders seem to be driving here. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going and go put 7 up.
Burks under center now, offset eye. This in Dements to the left. Inside give, straight up the gut, nothing doing there.
Yeah, that was good
defense. They go to Cunningham that time. Evan Cunningham getting his first carry of the game.
That's a big boy there, that Cunningham. He seemed taller than everybody else out there.
Carried by Evan Cunningham, number 22. Stop by 50.
They got to get a first here. Got to move the chain. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. But getting down to the nitty-gritty here as we approach the 7-minute mark, trailing by 2 scores, you almost got to put up something here.
Yeah, they definitely need to go down and get a quick score and try to get a quick 3 and out to go down and get the field goal to keep it moving down by 10 here late in the fourth.
Well, Cellini's leg, even a field goal here would be nice. Yeah, trying to cut the corner. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short on Williams on the carry. Nice job of breaking the scene there by Inskeep.
The Raiders seem to be a little bit more fluent now that they have Burks under center. I don't know if maybe he's taken a lot of snaps during practice, but they seem to enjoy having 34 under center.
And then the 3rd quarterback they've used today.
I wonder what happened with McAmoyle. He was in for the first drive and nothing after that. I don't even see him standing on the sidelines.
Offset eye here. They need a first. No get it. And a tack on about 6 more. Williams has looked good here in the second half. Late flag comes in.
See if they can capitalize. Burks has been moving his team pretty well since coming in for the injured Elijah Thomas.
Got Cunningham and
Jamal Williams in the backfield.
In the backfield, split formation. Ooh, almost a fumble on the snap. And picks up about 3 yards.
They seem to be running the same play over and over again, Ben, but yet the Honkers cannot seem to stop it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they ran to the short side of the field that time.
On a run, 5 yards is solid. As first down, 5 yards, that's always going to be good for your offense. And they just keep running that fake little fullback dive and give it to Jamal, and he runs on the outside. And he seems to keep picking up positive yards every time.
5:45 to go. Split back formation. They give it to Williams up the gut, only for about 2 or 3 extra efforts, keeping his legs moving.
That's David Cunningham with the run, or Evan Cunningham, excuse me. That's the fullback. He's the senior, listed at 6 foot even, 230 pounds. That's a pretty big boy running the ball there.
Fullback, yeah, that's an NFL fullback.
Yeah, he definitely needed a couple more of those honkers to get on his back before he was going down.
Second and 5 as we approach the 5-minute mark here. Williams in the backfield. They run it to the short side of the field again. This time they give it to David Vincent. And I believe that's Vincent's first carry of the evening. Under 5 to go. River City's going to have to show a little bit more urgency here.
Burks calls a timeout for the Raiders.
We'll take a break in the action. 4:47 left to go. It's a 10-point ball game. Yuba City on top of River City, 17-7.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the website. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So, a little under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got the Yuba City Honkers leading the River City Raiders 17-7. We got a 4th and 6 with the ball on the 19. Let's see if the Raiders can pick up this first down. We got Elijah Thomas back in the game. That's a great sign.
Yeah, it really is. This could be the ball game here, Jason. Good protection, stepping up, makes a throw for first.
Very
Forward
nice.
momentum's going to give him the first. How about Thomas stepping up in a big-time moment there?
Yeah, way to come back in after an injury. That looked quite scary to make a good throw on 4th down to get the first down. Let's see if he can't put his team in the end zone.
Good protection there, Jason. That's where it all starts.
I agree. The offensive line gave him plenty of time to make that play.
4:37 to go. 10-point game, but River City knocking on the door. Give it to Williams. Williams cuts back. Nice gain there, about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a very nice cutback. He seen there was nothing on the outside, decided to cut it back inside and ended up gaining 4 to 5 yards. Very good ball carrier vision there by Jamal Williams. We got the band getting the crowd into it. We got everybody over here seem to be moving a little bit more. Let's see if the Raiders can't give these people something more to cheer about.
2nd and goal from the 7 as we approach the 4-minute mark. Split back formation. Thomas going to the fade. What a catch! Touchdown Raiders!
What a catch by Malik Dements. That was a beautiful fade throw by Elijah Thomas coming off his injury to make it look like it was nothing. Very, very wonderful throw and pass by the Raiders.
And the coverage wasn't bad. You're absolutely right about that, Jason. It's Dements that went up there and made the patch. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that defensive back had him blanketed, but it's still a great throw and great catch and way to keep his feet in. And it was just all around great play by the Raiders right there. They deserved that 6.
Good ball game.
I agree. The Raiders definitely picked it up there towards halftime and been showing us a pretty solid game. It's been a defensive/penalty battle, but I mean, it's still good.
This is a big extra point. Did he make it? I don't think he did. Barely. Up the upright.
That's Cellini with the golden boot. Puts his team down by 3 points with under 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
That was a huge extra point. 17-14. So River City has outscored Yuba City 14-3 here in the second half. Quick break in the action. Don't go anywhere, folks. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us. 17-14 with 3:56 left to go.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our post-game show on PlayOnSports.com, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following this game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Thanks, Jason. 3:56 to go. River City with all the momentum. As I mentioned a minute ago, they've outscored the Honkers 14-3 here in the second half. They need to stop here and see if Cellini can put another one in the end zone. You look at Yuba City, they have their guys lined up at the 25-yard line. Oh, that's not a very good kick. It's going to go out of bounds about the 25. So that's where the Honkers are start. They need a nice, long, time-consuming drive here to lock this one up.
Ball is recovered by Yuba City. Taylor Elkins got on the kickoff. First and 10.
So we got the Honkers coming out here to see if they can't waste some time and go home with the W here late in the fourth quarter. The Raiders are going to need to do a big 3-and-out. Let's see how their defense can try to get the ball back for their offense and see if we can't get a tie game and maybe go into some extras.
Elkins under center. That's what they're going to do. I don't expect them to throw here on this series.
Yeah, I don't either. They're just going to keep giving it to their workhorse, Van Dusen.
Looks like River City's going to use their timeouts now. So they're going to go for that 3-and-out.
Yeah, they're definitely they're going for the W. They're here to win. They're not here to send their crowd home upset.
I'm just surprised they didn't save him a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely had a little bit extra time. I might have seen what would have happened.
On second.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to give as much time as possible. I mean, I don't blame them, seeing as they haven't been too good on the passing. They've been doing a lot of running, so maybe they're thinking they need a little bit more extra time to get down that field to get those extra 3 points. They do have the golden boot of Cellini, though, who seems to probably be able to put it in from anything inside 30 for sure. Maybe even a 40-yarder with his. He's been showing pretty well foot the whole game.
2nd and 6. I'm not sure I would have used a timeout there. They only have one left. Yuba's got all 3 of theirs.
We got Mowers out wide. Elkins under center.
Oh, stuffed in the backfield.
It's another run by Van Dusen. The Raiders are looking good on defense. They're doing exactly what they need to do. And it looks like they're going to use their last timeout.
So they're going for the 3-and-out.
Yeah.
Not a bad strategy. I mean, they got the stop there.
It's a little curious, though. It's a little early.
Well, the thing is, it gives your defense a chance to rest. They've been on the field a lot today.
I agree.
So maybe time for a live read real quick, and we'll get ready for the nitty-gritty here as the River City uses their last timeout.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnSportsNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So we've got 3 minutes, 43 seconds here left in the fourth. Ben, do you think the Raiders can get this stop and get back on the field?
This is going to be big here, this 3rd and 7.
This pretty much makes or breaks the game, seeing as they're out of timeouts now.
We'll see if they go to the air. It looks like rolling left. Good pressure. Good throw, though. He found his main guy, Garcia. That's going to be enough for a first down. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. That was a good example there, Jason.
Yeah, Duments with very good penetration. He almost brought down Elkins for the sack, but Elkins still got the ball out there with a wobbly throw, and Anthony Garcia was able to bring it down for the first down. That was a very, very big play for the Honkers.
Yeah, and Honkers, you got to save. You got a couple trump cards in there. You got to save a play that you think is going to work for big situations like that. So now they have, they can run this, what's the play clock? I think 25 in high school. They can run that down.
At least under 2 minutes.
Yeah, they got a couple first downs, and they can write their own destiny. Quarterback keeper, big gain.
He's close to the first.
Yeah, he is.
I think they're going to give it to him.
River City territory.
Yeah, that's another first down. That's it's going to keep the clock moving, and the Raiders, they used all their timeouts, so they have no way of stopping this clock. Yeah, the Honkers are just going to look to keep pounding it down the middle and see if they can't waste these 3 minutes out and go home to Yuba City with the W. See if they can't keep their undefeated season going. The Raiders are trying to pick up their first win. They're going to need a big defensive stop here if they want to get their first win tonight.
Under 3 to go, 2:45. Van Dusen in the backfield. They give it to him. No, what do they do? Straight up the gut. For about 4. But most importantly, it keeps the clock going.
Yeah, that clock is still moving. Under 2.5 now. With a 2nd and 6. The Raiders are definitely going to need to make a stop. I can't stress that enough. If they want to even have a chance at putting some more points up, they cannot allow the Honkers to just keep running all over them.
Three receivers to the left. They give it up the middle to Van Dusen. Extra yardage. He's about 2 yards short. I think one more first down, Jason, and that can pretty much put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I agree. Van Dusen, the senior out of Yuba City, he just constantly keeps his feet moving and just getting extra yards. I mean, yards after contact have got to be high because he gets hit and just doesn't stop moving. So we got a 3rd and 1 with under 1.5 minutes to go. Yeah, they pick up this first down, and that'll be the game, Ben.
I think it'd just be a couple of kneel downs after that.
But
they're going to call a timeout. I don't mind this.
They want to make sure they get this first down.
Exactly.
That's a very good timeout. They had 3. Might as well burn one. They don't need them. That's a very good timeout.
Well, yeah, and it gives your offensive linemen a chance to catch their breath, get some water in them.
I agree, because this is definitely the game play right here.
So you don't want to, and they've had problems with the exchange too.
Yeah.
So you just want to
make sure they get this first down and
dot all
go
your
home
I's,
with the W.
cross all your T's here on this last play.
Yeah, very good timeout by the coach over there for Yuba City.
Will McCombs, our on-field producer, the one and only Timothy B. King, our videographer, alongside Jason Peterson. I am Ben Schneider. Happy to have you with us for our Sac-Joaquin section game of the week here at River City High School. Beautiful facility. We were here last year for our first-round playoff game. It's one of the newer schools in town, but it's almost like a junior college here. A lot of property. We were noticing the aquatic center out back with their own little pool. And they go for the dive. That's a first down. I like the play.
That'll pretty much do it. I think they're going to just take some knees. Van Dusen again.
Brought down by Dakota
McAmoyle. There's McAmoyle, so he's in the game.
So I wonder why he wasn't. Why he didn't take the snaps after number 8, Elijah Thomas, went down. It's a little curious there. Maybe he missed a couple practices and they just ran a couple of extra packages to start the game. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Under a minute to go. Might be kneel down time, unfortunately, for River City as fans start to head towards the exits. Believe it or not, I even feel funny to say it, they're going to turn the heaters on. Believe it or not.
Yeah, they're definitely going to the car here just fresh out of August to turn on the heater.
We're having a great time here. Friday night football underneath the lights in the great state of California. It doesn't get any better than this. Here in West Sacramento.
Underneath the full moon on a nice Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, home of the Raiders here. They put up a good effort. I mentioned they outscored the Honkers 14-3 here in the second half.
Yeah, the second half was the Raiders. Too bad they couldn't just get the 1 or 2 key plays they needed to go up.
It all came down to that 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? They get a stop there, we got a whole different ball game.
Yeah, they gave up. I mean, they did all they could there.
That is the ball game, folks. Your final score here from River City High School in West Sacramento. Yuba City 17 and River City 14. We'll take a quick break in the action. Jason and I will decide on our player of the game. We'll get a player of the game interview. We'll wrap things up here from River City High School. Once again, your final score, Honkers 17, Raiders 14. You're listening to the Sac-Joaquin section Game of the Week here on PlayOn High School Sports Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0.
Welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where Jason and I selected our player of the game. It's going to be the quarterback, Taylor Elkins. Ran for a 9-yard touchdown run to get things going. Did a nice job of moving the offense, keeping things going. They get the victory. And so senior Taylor Elkins will be our KBCSports.com player of the game. Jason is down on the field picking him up right now, so stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss it, folks. A player of the game interview coming up with...
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0, facing adversity. And they've really just turned the table around since game number 3. Set an attack. Great block made back inside the Maverick zone. A chance there by Bosback back inside the Maverick zone. Ball attacked there by Bosback. A second opportunity by Bosback. Lift violation call. Winner. It's an over the neck call. Oh my goodness. Bosback reached over on the attack. A Maverick error wraps up the title for the Presentation Panthers. A 15-9 victory in game number 5, and they wrap it up coming back from 2-0 down match-wise and take it 3 games to 2.
36-35 and driving, and oh, baby! Shrigley with the jam, and it was with emphasis. And it's the foul, and listen to these fans.
Do you know who's standing up right behind us? Tony Bland, who is the head recruiter for San Diego State. I think he's drooling. Somebody get that man a napkin.
Quick score on this drive. There goes a handoff to Zeller, trying to go straight ahead, but he is met by Wool. Now he breaks out to the outside, gets across the 30, 35, on the right, 40, midfield. He's running down the sidelines. He's going to go all the way as he's at the 10, 5, touchdown. Patrick Zeller he stood up at the line of scrimmage and broke out to his left to the far sidelines, and he was in a foot race, and he went all the way for the touchdown. Broke a tackle and made it nice and showed his speed as he got outside for the touchdown.
Back in the backfield to the left is Campbell.
Hernandez takes the snap, play action to Campbell. Looks down the field. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to be hit. He breaks the tackle, rolls left. Now he's going to cut upfield. He's going to break another tackle, and then another tackle down the sideline. Gets a block inside the 5. What a touchdown! Hernandez goes 33 yards in spectacular fashion, breaking 4 tackles along the way, including 2 in the backfield, and Hilltop has tied this one up at 29.
Grant with a big, strong defensive rebound. He brings it back down the floor again, and another slam dunk. Jeremy Grant can run the point, and he can fly. Huge dunk, 2 big dunks in the last
Bullard
minute.
trying to close it out. Deep ball, up in the air, Cram. Bringing it back, Arbizo. Cram over in 3, free opportunity. Look for Rodabaugh. No, pass middle, Weimer.
Ball game.
25-19. Foothill wins it 3-1.
Because this kid has definitely proven that he can make things happen here in this ballgame.
They will go with him. Bula Graft on a stretch run, just breaking tackles. The little man is in the clear to Tory territory. The 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Knights. What a run, the freshman, Bula Graft.
Ooh, I tell you what. There were at least 3 times on that run that he should have gone down or he should have been wrapped up. Missed tackles there cost La Jolla Country Day as Bula Graft, the freshman running back for Bishops, is able to take it in. And that was a determined run there, Andy.
So 1st and 10. Brandon Lewis in the shotgun. Has time to throw. And he'll fire, and he has a man diving catch. Did he hold on to it? He did. What a catch from Kendall Keys. And that may be the KBC Sports Player of the Week.
What a catch he laid himself out there, and a great throw, as you said. Read it nicely, did Lewis, and really caught his receiver on the go, and just kind of put it out there right on the outstretch of his fingertips. He laid out, and he made a catch.
1-1.
You know when a pitcher is behind an account and throws his breaking ball, he's feeling it.
The pitch is going to be fisted to second base on a liner, and the ball is caught by McGrew, and Valley Christian wins the game on a Cameron Stewart no-hitter.
Wow, what a way to go out if you're Cameron Stewart. A no-no in the championship game. If there's scouts out there, they had to be impressed by this young kid's velocity, control, and breaking ball all worked well today. He had it going for this Valley Christian team.
What a gem. He's going to give it to Tyree on an exchange against the zone, do a little 3-man weave. This is Tyrell back with it. Tyrell's going to go lob backdoor. Tyree Robinson with a flush.
Now that was nice. Very nice design play.
Uwaba back there. Bogart takes a snap. He's going to run the play. He's going to throw. He's got a man open at the 10. It's underthrown. It's incomplete. No, or is it caught? It is a catch. Wow. Yeah, check 1, 2. Go ahead and say something.
Hello.
Can you hear him okay? All right, cool. All right, we're here with our PlayOn High School Sports Network postgame show with our player of the game, senior quarterback Taylor Elkins. First of all, if you got the victory, go to 2-0. Just talk about this hard-fought battle here tonight.
They were good up front. Our plan was to come in running the ball and then open it up a little bit towards the end, but they were good up front. They started bringing bodies, and they got to us, and then we pulled it out. It was tough, but
What's the camaraderie on a team like this? You small town like Yuba City, you guys probably known each other your whole lives. What's that like playing with guys you grew up with?
yeah. This team actually, when we played for the junior program, we were together and we made it all the way to the championship. And this is the first year that we're actually back together. So that's a plus.
Gotta be pretty special.
Yeah, exactly. All of them come back.
Now you got the team on the board with a 9-yard scamper on a nice option read. Tell me what you saw on that play, kind of how you directed that one to get that first score.
Yeah, that guy. The whole read is if that guy comes down, I got to pull it. So he crashed hard, and then I pulled it and just went.
Nice to
And
have a
roll
couple
up
of vans in the backfield for you
Yeah.
working your way. Kind of makes it easier on your job. Talk about those two guys.
Yeah, we got a couple horses back there, and then one of them got hurt, so we got a couple more that came, like, I think it was grades, so they're coming back in next couple weeks, so we should be pretty good with that injury anyway.
Now, you guys only had that 3-point lead. You had a big 3rd and 7. I know you found your main man, Garcia. Is that one of those plays that you guys kind of keep in your back pocket for a big, crucial play? Tell me what the read was, and tell me about that play, because that essentially won you the ball game.
Yeah, definitely. That read is just on the cornerback. That's my first read, just watching that corner. He ran, I think it was a 10-yard out, I think. Yeah, and the corner stayed in, so he went out, and we got the first down. That was probably the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Taylor Elkins, our player of the game, the senior quarterback. Keep it short here. I know you got a bus ride back to Yuba. You probably want to get in some heat. It's a little chilly out here tonight. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully
Thank
we'll
you.
see you again soon.
Thank you.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonssports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St.
Welcome back to the PlayOn High School Sports Network postgame show alongside my main man, Jason Peterson, making his debut today. Did a great job, I might add. Thank you for coming out. Look forward to working with you again this season. And nice, humble guy there, Taylor Elkins, our player of the game, the quarterback. Talk about Elkins' game and talk about which kind of final thoughts, what you thought about tonight.
Yeah, the Honkers showed to be a pretty solid football team. They smash mouth football, giving the ball to Van Poel and Van Dusen. Just constantly running down the middle, just wore down the Raiders' defense. The Raiders did show some life there in the second half, got the 14-3 in the second half. But just the Honkers, just their defense was so solid, and just overall they just was able to hold it down and go away with the victory to go for 2-0 for their record. With the Raiders falling to 0-2, hopefully they can step it up this week, take on whoever they're playing next week, and go home with their first W of the year and keep moving on from there. But overall, the Honkers their smash mouth was too much for the Raiders today, and they ended up going ahead with the win, 17-14. Here in West Sacramento.
Yeah, absolutely. And they showed a lot of fight there in the second half. They were trailing 14-0. They got the big turnover, nice long scoring drive. So they played their hearts out there in the second half. Had they done a little bit more in the first half, we might have had a different ball game. That's going to wrap it up, folks. Once again, your final score, Yuba City 17, River City 14. I want to thank, again, the one and only Timothy B. King, our videographer, our game day engineer was Will McCombs, and alongside Jason Patterson, I'm Ben Schneider, saying so long. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week for our Sac-Joaquin Game of the Week here on the PlayOn High School Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good night.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school